What the hell was it? A wild animal?
This is really awful. Maybe the worst thing I've ever seen.
What was it, wild animals?
So what are you thinking?
I'm thinking zombies.
What?
You know, the undead. Ghouls.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel over here at Broke Boy Media, and today we are going to be reviewing The Dead Don't Die, directed by Jim Jarmusch, I think it is. Sure. And today I have Devin here with me as always. How you been?
Yeah, just a couple of Cleveland hipsters here reviewing a movie.
What did the old guys say? What did the old guys say? It's stick the hole up, stick the pole up your wooden hole or whatever it was.
Yeah,
something like that. But yeah, as you're saying, we are reviewing The Dead Don't Die, and before we get into it, just want to let you guys know that we are working on not only making videos for YouTube, but also putting this up in an audio form. Working on getting it on iTunes. I did submit a little podcast thing for us, Devin, so it'll be interesting. And I'm also going to try to get it up on Spotify for us, for a lot of audio listeners, because I know a lot of people don't watch YouTube videos from time to time. So this is a nice little way of us reaching out to the rest of our amazing 60 subscribers on YouTube. But yeah, so this movie, really quick, it was also written by Jim Jarmusch. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. I don't know. It's like a comedy, fantasy, horror movie. Stars Bill Murray, Adam Driver, Tom Waits, Sarah Driver. Sarah Driver's in this movie, isn't she? Oh, she was.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You got Selena Gomez appearance in there.
Oh yeah, Selena Gomez, Danny Glover. Oh my gosh.
Tilda Swinton.
Yeah, Tilda Swinton too. And Chloe. Oh my gosh, I cannot pronounce her last name. Savini. I
don't know.
And Sorcerer Supreme is in this movie. I'm not sure if you already mentioned her or not. I
Yeah,
don't know.
Tilda.
Okay, so that is her name. All right, I didn't want to be like, oh yeah, that one lady from Doctor Strange. Yeah, but all right. So going into this is really quick. We'll do a little non-spoiler section first, and then we'll head into our spoiler section. We'll let you guys know right before we head into that. But first thoughts about the movie.
Yeah, when I first saw the trailer, Bill Murray is pretty much must-watch territory at this point. And I think Adam Driver is getting there because he's made a lot of good movies, and he was like perfect in this movie. When I saw them together, I was like, okay, this looks very promising. And then the trailer was really good. It looked funny. I like how he said ghouls.
He said
ghouls.
Zombies. Yeah, the undead. Ghouls.
That's so perfect. It looks really good, and it did not disappoint.
Yeah, I didn't. Okay, for me, it was, I didn't know what to expect from this movie. I was like, oh, like I'll go see it. It's kind of like Scream, like a zombie horror / comedian movie, whatever.
I'd say there wasn't really any horror. It was pretty much just full-on comedy.
Right. I guess I was just saying the horror aspect just because there were
just because it's zombies and there's some gore.
Right, exactly. And yeah, there was the way that they kill the zombies, I wasn't expecting that whatsoever. But
I was expecting dust particles, but it was interesting.
It really was, man. So when I first saw this, I wasn't sure what to think of it. I was like, it looked interesting, and then I was like, oh, we both have AMC A-List, their movie pass, and I was like, oh, they're doing like early access showing. That's perfect. We can go see it early. It doesn't cost us anything extra. We can get the review out there. And then it wasn't showing at any of the AMC theaters by me. And then when it officially came out, it still wasn't. And for all you listening, there is there's a small little independent theater here in Nashville that mainly shows independent movies. And when smaller releases like this come out, or if they know it's going to be an indie film, they'll buy it out to have it shown in their theater for the first few weeks, and then it gets released over to AMC because it is showing on AMC's website as a actual release. So at least we know that AMC was aware enough to say, hey, this has some really big actors in it, and it could do really well, unlike the movie like The Favorite, which was shown in the same indie film when I first went to go see it, and then it gained popularity after the not the Grammys, Golden Globes, and the Oscars. Then they started showing a lot of the Best Picture nominations inside of AMC theaters, but I had to pay. It was like what, $9, which isn't terrible to go see it, but the theater in itself, it's very historical. It's just the parking. There's like maybe 40 parking spots, and half of those are reserved for the employers there. And it's literally like within, like, I was sitting in like a high school auditorium watching this movie. So
Yeah.
my butt was not very comfortable, but it was, I enjoyed myself. The movie distracted me enough from the terrible seating.
Yeah, you got your money's worth. Got at least 9 laughs, I'd say.
I got plenty of laughs out of this, man. Yeah, but it was, overall, I thought it was fun. I know it's not doing so hot through at least IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes. I think IMDb is listing as like a 5.8 out of 10, but I feel like the movie is very self-aware of what's going on. It doesn't take itself super seriously, and it's just a fun movie, and like they had fun with it, and I had a great time.
Yeah, I definitely understand the lower reviews it's getting because it's a very specific type of humor, and also the story supporting the movie just isn't very good at all.
Yeah.
So if you're not laughing during the movie, it's not going to be a fun time. But
yeah, I mean, it was based off in Centerville. It's a nice place.
Yeah,
it's a peaceful town, and I forgot to read the synopsis. The peaceful town of Centerville, quote unquote. It's a nice place. Finds itself in a battling zombie horde as the dead start rising from their graves. Very, very short and sweet and simple to the point synopsis for this movie. But yeah, it was, they explained how, the dead were coming back to life. By the way, we're probably just getting into spoilers right now, so you have been warned. This is the spoiler section of The Dead Don't Die. So we're just gonna ramble on about the movie until the cows come home. So, I really liked how they actually explained why the dead were coming back to life. And what was it called? Cause of polar fracking?
Yeah, polar fracking.
Which was,
it caused the Earth to get off its axis.
Literally tilt
shift.
like the complete opposite of what the Earth's axis is supposed to be. And the days were a lot longer, even though it was daylight savings time. And at first, when they were talking about that, I thought that they were just making fun of how ridiculous daylight savings time is. But I was like, oh no, it's like actually like it's daytime a lot longer than what it should be. But
it's just a giant global warming metaphor at the end of the day.
Pretty much. It's like, oh, the zombies are gonna become reanimated and start just walking around at night. But oh my gosh, yeah, it was very interesting from time to time. I really like I think the funniest part, I'm just gonna say it right now, it's when Adam Driver's talking to the lady cop.
Yeah.
And he's trying to like ask, he's like, I can give you a ride home, it's getting late. And she's like, oh, I have my Prius. And she's like, don't you have like a smart car?
Yeah.
As soon as like the first zombie attack happened,
when he pulls up the convertible smart car,
he came in so seriously, and everyone just started dying laughing. I was oh my god, it's
so subtle.
He
was like towering over his car.
But like you would expect him to come in a cop car, but there's only 3 cops in this entire town.
Yeah.
But no, he comes in his little red smart car.
Convertible, no less.
And then the girl cop, what did she had? She had a Prius, and she rolls up in that. I was like, that was just so funny. There was just no dialogue. But then right after that, when they're looking at the crime scene,
they keep repeating the same thing over and over again.
They were like, was it an animal? Was it a pack of animals?
Multiple animals?
Multiple animals? It's like, whatever it was. They were mad enough to smash the coffee pots.
I think the funniest part to me is towards the end when Adam Driver and Bill Murray are in the car, and then they just get like super meta. It's almost breaking the fourth wall.
Oh, for sure.
He's just like, "How do you know how it ends?" "Oh, I read the script."
He's like, script.
"You read the whole script?" Everyone, yeah, I didn't. And Bill Murray's like, "I didn't get the whole script. What the hell, Jim?"
Right. He's like, for all I've done for that guy and stuff that you don't even know about.
So it just like becomes so meta, and then it's just like
Yeah.
they're in the movie, but they're themselves. But it's just so funny.
Yeah, it was definitely breaking fourth wall territory there, and I thought it was hysterical. I'm like, okay, he clearly, you know, he's like, oh, this isn't gonna end well. It's kind of like in Star Wars, you're like, oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. And
Yeah,
something
he
bad
just kept
happens.
repeating that. And I love at the beginning, they kind of started the fourth wall breaking because the song played.
Oh,
And Bill
yeah.
Murray's like, "Why does it sound so familiar?" And Adam Driver's like, "It's the theme song."
As soon as you said that, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's that kind of movie. But like,
Yeah.
it wasn't like it was in your face, but not really. Like, not to the point where, you know how Deadpool, he kind of, you know, breaks the fourth wall and talks to the audience, where even like after he gets his legs cut off in Deadpool 2 and he looks at the audience, he's like, well, that's just lazy writing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a great time with it. You know, like you said, it's not rated the best, and it is an indie film, but it's a good film. Honestly, every indie film that we've seen so far, between what was our first one? I think it was Sorry to Bother You, that review that we did, and then
Yeah, probably.
yeah, like that was like but like these movies, they send a message, and it's not like in your face, like, you know, slapping around like, oh, like, hey, this is what's going on, blah 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 blah. But like, I just really like how this movie didn't take itself seriously. The script was great, and yeah, Selena Gomez is just Selena
Wow.
Gomez.
Just wow.
God bless, God bless. And I
Just
totally
a Cleveland
forgot
hipster.
these Cleveland hipsters. Well, I thought they were from Pittsburgh. And
Yeah, it's real urban in Pittsburgh nowadays.
he's like, well, based off their license plate, I'm gonna guess Cleveland. So I was like, wow, they snuck the Cleveland joke in there.
I think the director is actually from Akron,
Really? Okay, that
so that's
actually
why he
makes
might have
sense.
slipped that one in there.
Yeah, oh, for sure. That makes a lot more sense. And then oh my gosh. The three kids who were kind of just, I mean, they were there.
That's the worst. That was the worst part of the time movie,
Yeah,
because
like
it literally leads to nothing.
nothing at all. They're like, come on, guys, you know,
That's just 10 minutes of the movie wasted.
yeah, like I thought they were actually gonna like help out, and then they're like, he's like, oh, so one of the girls is like, oh, I know somewhere we can hide, we'll be safe, and then they just off and run. It's kind of like in what was it, Bird Box, when MGK and that one girl hook up.
Yeah, they just disappear.
And then like they just take the car and go, and you never hear about them ever again.
Yeah, I'd say that's the biggest issue with this movie, though, is that they set up these side characters and these little tiny plot lines throughout the movie, but then none of it gets resolved at the end.
Yeah,
Like those kids, and the Selena Gomez crew, they kind of just show up and then
they
do
just
nothing.
die. Yeah, they end up dying.
Yeah.
You don't even get to see, you know, the zombie attacks with them. But I thought when Adam Driver, when he goes into, like, you know, he's they go to the hotel and they find out that the three Cleveland hipsters have been killed, and he chops off their heads one by one. He does Selena Gomez's last, and he like stops, and I thought he was gonna be like, oh, I can't do it, man. She's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
But no, he stops and sees the
The dead don't die.
yeah, the Dead Don't Die song. I forgot who's
Good old Sturgill Simpson.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And
When he
then
carries her head outside.
that looked so real for a second. I was like, wow, that actually, you know, it didn't look like, you know, super fake. You know, the CGI for what they used in this movie, it wasn't a lot. Well, besides, you know, the beheading of or the zombies, I should say. Other than that, it was pretty spot on. You know, they used it here and there, but it was mainly, you know, people. I'm assuming it was like practical effects when it came to actual zombie makeup and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think there was like one subplot that actually worked for me, even though it was really weird. It was
was it Frodo?
the Tilda Swinton one. Because she just is an alien. I thought that was really funny.
Dude, I thought, like, literally, because when she's talking to Adam Driver, when she, like, obviously shows that she's kind of like interested in him, And then she's like, may I have the keys to your red vehicle outside? And then like it has like the little Star Destroyer ship on it from Star Wars.
Yeah, that was
He's
so
like,
good.
it was like, oh, Star Wars. He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then she turns on the computer by like using the Force or something.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on? And I'm like, is she a Jedi?
That's like the one subplot where it's just like, okay, that's pretty funny. It's just playing on how odd she looks, and it just works out.
She
so
was like
perfectly.
so into like Japanese culture. I'm assuming it was, or just Asian culture in general. And she's like, oh, do you know how to work a computer, let alone like a police telephone? She's like, yeah, I can handle myself. And then later on, she just waves her hand against like, across all this like technology as it turns on. I was like, what is going on right now?
And then at the end, she gets beamed up to the UFO, and Bill Murray's like, was that in the script? And the driver's like, no, it was not.
He was like, not the one I read. That was great, man. It's so weird to see her with hair. I'm not gonna lie. I was like,
used to the baldy.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? I think you pull out the bald look better. But hey,
I like how her name was Zelda Winston, like Tilda Swinton.
Okay, so yeah, so I was very confused about that for a second. What was Zoe's? I mean, not Zoe. Wow, Selena Gomez's character's name?
Zoe.
Okay,
Yeah,
was that the whole? Because I didn't really get that reference at first, to be honest.
What reference?
Well, when she's talking to oh my gosh, was it?
Oh, when like those sparkles appear.
Yeah, the sparkles.
I don't know. I just kind of threw that in because she was being nice to him, and he like had a crush on her.
I thought it was that, or it was like a nod to Waverly Place.
I mean,
like
they're gonna be that meta, maybe.
I was like, maybe I'm reaching here. I don't know.
I mean, I was falling in love with her too, so maybe that's just me seeing things. I don't know.
Right. It probably was just like, oh, he said something. She said something nice about me. She must be interested.
Yeah, everyone else was bullying him, and she was nice.
Yeah.
The classic cliche.
The classic cliche. Because people were like laughing at that. I was like, I don't get that reference at all. Or maybe it's just something it's just way before our time. I really don't know. Or if it was just like, I thought it was funny, but everyone was like, oh, ha. I was like, what? But yeah, the audience I went to go see this movie with was really great. Everyone was in sync when it came to laughing and just.
I told you last night, I haven't had a theater laugh this much in a long time.
It's been, honestly, I want to say since I saw Booksmart.
I think this had more laughing than Booksmart for me, at least.
Okay, yeah, the theater I went to go see Booksmart with was like dying. But
and I want to say Booksmart is like by far a better movie, but I think this one might be funnier.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, because Booksmart did take itself seriously in a way, but this one was just completely off the rails. And
but that really just depends on what your sense of humor is. It's very dry, like deadpan. I usually don't like dry humor that much, but this one like really worked for me.
Yeah, it's kind of like with The Simpsons. Like, I don't really care for The Simpsons all that much, but like the entire show is just riddled with dry humor. But it's like I'm never really given it like a chance to watch The Simpsons again. But I was like, yeah, this was definitely more of just like, huh, that was funny kind of thing. But overall, was there anything else you wanted? Any other favorite scenes or private moments from the film before we give our final scores?
I think got all of it, all the good parts.
All right.
And Steve Buscemi's character make America white again.
He was so, oh my god. Oh no, not Steve Buscemi. I'm sorry. There was the guy who ran like the, what was it? It was like Bob's
like a gas
gas
station
and stuff or something like
that. Yeah,
that.
that's Caleb Landry Jones.
Yeah, Steve Buscemi. Yeah, the farmer.
The racist old guy.
When he
Bill Murray's just like, I've been waiting for, or I wanted to do this, and just kills him.
Or like when he's inside the diner, he's like, I don't like my coffee black.
Yeah,
and then
Danny Glover sitting
looks
right
at
next
him.
to
He's
him.
like, it's too strong. I was like, oh my gosh, that was great. I really did have a great time with this movie. Like you say, it definitely does have its issues. There were a few subplots that didn't go anywhere because I was really looking forward to see where the kids and the hipsters from Cleveland.
Hmm.
We're gonna end up doing something, but no, they were kind of just there. But everything's still kind of interweaved all together, and it was a nice time. I'm glad I went to go see it, even though it wasn't showing in my theater. But what would you score this out of 100?
I'm not definitely not going to go as low as IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes is. I think they're both in the 50s. I just think it was way too funny to me to give it a low score. But I do agree with the story being like not really good at all. It was
Yeah.
just like way too heavy-handed, and the subplots just didn't work at all. But I'm thinking like a 75, just because the humor really works for me.
Okay. I was gonna go with I'm gonna go with a 77 just because Selena Gomez did a great job, and so did Adam Driver.
There you go.
Got to give him a little extra brownie points in there.
Adam Driver was just like perfection. Every line he delivered was perfect.
Yeah, like I like at first when I first saw him in Star Wars, I was like, I don't know, like he's all right. And then like I saw him in Black Klansman, I'm like, he's starting to like grow on me. Then I saw him in this, like, yeah, like I like the guy. He's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But all right, so that is our review of The Dead Don't Die. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely go by, and if you're just looking for like a great laugh and kind of just honestly just want to kill some time like one Friday or Saturday night or something, definitely go see this movie.
Yeah, if you thought the trailer was funny, then a good chance you think the movie's funny.
Oh, for sure. I mean, even if a movie ends up being like terrible, like Dark Phoenix, I still enjoyed it for what it was because I'm a big X-Men fan. But I'm still going to go see it because a lot of people go see to the movies not only to see good movies, but to see how bad a bad movie is, like Aquaman. Anyway,
Oh,
anyway, Devin, thank you for coming on as always. We will be reviewing Toy Story 4 next week.
yes.
I mean, if you want to do Child's Play 2, just let me know. We'll figure something out. It'll be a toy-tastic weekend
Yes.
for all of us out there. But as always, for everyone listening at home, you can actually find us on SoundCloud right now. And like I said, I'm working on getting this or our audio version of our reviews up on iTunes and Spotify. I did submit it through iTunes. It takes a while for them to review it, and it probably doesn't help that I submitted it on Friday as soon as the weekend started. But that's okay. But you can follow us on Twitter at Broke Boy Media. That's broke_boy, spelled BOI_media. And let us know what you thought about the movie, your questions, comments, and concerns. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.